Hello everyone, welcome in or welcome back to Wandering Soul Tarot. My name is Amanda. Thank you so much for being here with me today. In today's reading, we are going to get quick mystery messages from Spirit on what you need to know right now. There are 4 soul paths for you to choose from if you are ready to get into the reading. All of the timestamps are in the description box below. As always, with every reading, please trust your intuition and decide what feels best and lovingly leave the rest. For those who would like an official introduction to the soul paths, let me do that now. For Soul Path 1, we have this rainbow card with the red carnelian stone. For Soul Path 2, we have the number 6 and a lovely little field with a house and some butterflies with the aquamarine stone. For Soul Path 3, we have the number 7 with an underwater scene with coral and jellyfish and the serpentine stone. And for Soul Path 4, we have a little chipmunk looking at a dandelion with the rose quartz. So when you feel ready, use the timestamps in the description to jump straight into your reading, and we will see you over there. Hello, Soul Path 1. Welcome into your reading. You chose the red selenite, or red carnelian stone. I keep wanting to say red selenite. With a little dog on the edge of a cliff, looking out over into the horizon and the rainbow. And this is the Fool card in the traditional tarot. So this is all about endless possibilities. This is about seeing beyond your current circumstances and looking for the opportunities. Feeling into the freedom is what I'm hearing. This requires a little bit of a risk and a little bit of stepping out of your comfort zone to explore something else. Maybe even seeing a higher perspective on things. I apologize, my nose is quite itchy right now. So, you might have been moving through some significant endings in your life, or you are looking for some blessings, looking for the opportunities, or that might be part of your guidance today. So before we get into the reading, let's look at an opening oracle card for you, just to get a baseline on where you are at, current energy for Soul Path 1. For Soul Path 1, please, current energy. We have the crown chakra. Now, this could be out of balance at the moment. You could be feeling a little lightheaded. You could be having headaches. There could be a lot on your mind as well. Now, I also feel that you could be quite psychically in tuned, to which you receive messages or you receive insights or inspirations or ideas from seemingly out of nowhere. So your crown chakra could be very elevated or escalated at this time. This could also be a call to unblock. So if you're feeling quite foggy-headed, or you're unable to get ideas or think straight or make decisions, this might be a good chakra to work on at this time. And this is also our connection to the higher realms, our higher self, the spirit world as well. So let's get some mystery messages from Spirit today. Let's get a theme for the reading. For Soul Path 1, please. For Soul Path 1. Let's get a theme card. You have the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. So again, I'm getting that overthinking, or there's some analytics happening. There's some analyzing and review that I feel you could have been already moving through, and now you're on the other side, which is maybe why you chose the Fool card, is that now that you've done this analysis, now that you've done this review or observed some things and maybe did a bit of pruning, I feel you're able now to expand. So what I'm getting here is putting all your eggs in one basket And I feel you don't want to do that. You want to diversify, is the biggest feeling that I'm getting. And the only way to do that is to expand and move beyond what you're comfortable with. Again, that Fool energy is coming in. So I feel that now that you have done some analysis, that you are able to understand the steps on how to move forward, how to expand, how to diversify, but your headspace must be clear in order to do that. You must use discernment in order to do that. And to have that crown chakra cleared is the best way to reduce interference. Now we do have the Seven of Swords in the upright here, which is another number 7. You have 3 sevens here, so that is a divinely guided number. This is also a number of observation and energy, and a number of review, a number of setback, or stepping back to look at the bigger picture. Now, with this analysis that you have done, this review you have done, and something that you've understood or pared back, or kind of gotten rid of the things that haven't been working for you, I feel now is the time for strategy. To be able to navigate a certain situation with a specific plan in mind, with a specific strategy of when to take action and when to hold back or when to pause, etc. I'm getting a lot of stock market references in my mind right now. So there's the bull and the bear stock markets. There's having a plan and a strategy of when to invest and when to hold and when to sell, etc. So that could be for somebody as well. There's also a truth that I feel you are uncovering and moving towards because of something that you have understood or earned or gained. I feel like you're using that to your advantage to help you understand some kind of truth on what needs to be done. What else, Spirit, do they need to know for Soul Path 1, please? What else? Soul Path 1. We have the Hierophant in reverse. So I think whatever you have question of on how do I move forward, what is the strategy and plan, I think it's going to require a little bit of a different thought process, a little bit of a different strategy, a little bit different of a procedure, for some reason procedures coming through, than what you've done in your past. I feel like whatever this was, it got you to a certain point, but now there's a shift and a diversification that needs to happen in order to see or continue to see success in what you are moving towards. So that does have plan and strategy in mind, but also the truth, and that truth can be applied in different ways. With the Hierophant in reverse, this is doing things your own way, so not doing things by the book or what you've been told, because I feel up to this point you may have been doing that. So it's time to do things your own way and try new things, diversify at your own discretion, and to maybe break out of the box a little. So again, I'm getting that not putting your eggs all in one basket, but to break out and diversify, try different things in order to see what works. So, final guidance and advice. We'll get 2 cards for that. Final guidance and advice. Final guidance and advice for Soul Path 1, please. Thank you. And yeah, this is to help you build a really solid foundation for yourself. This is to offer yourself more comfort, more stability, more security on your way forward here. We do have the 8 of Cups in the upright, so this is moving on and moving forward with a trust that something better or something more improved is around the corner. Even though we can't see what is around this corner, this is about having trust and faith in what it is that we've understood to be true, and how are we going to go about doing that, and trusting those steps, being okay moving away from things that are no longer working for us, especially if it comes to relationships. This could be something that you have decided for yourself in regards to relationships, and now you are moving away from that old way of thinking, that old pattern, that old routine, and you're switching gears and moving into something different. But that does require choice. That will require an adjustment. So there has to be an understanding or a facing of the consequences for those choices, and that doesn't mean that they are going to be bad. It's just a choice that we have to make in faith in how we feel, in faith in the truth that we've learned or understood up to this point, and the faith on how we want to do things, knowing that that works for us, and that's all that matters, is that truth. So this is what I have for you, Soul Path 1. I hope you found some clarity or guidance today, and this was resonating and was helpful to you. With gratitude, I'm sending you my love. Stay curious, and we'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Soul Path 2. Welcome to your reading. So you chose the aquamarine stone with the number 6 and the butterflies with the castle, or what looks like a lot of houses on the hill here. And this is actually the 6 of Wands in the traditional tarot. So this is all about not only balance and restoration of balance and harmony, but also celebration of the challenges that you have moved through. And this could be a physical aspect where you have been physically moving through challenges. This has been, I'm hearing, a long road for you. You have overcome a lot of obstacles, a lot of adversity, and you have learned a lot of things. So this is almost like an earned reward, a celebration, a restoration, and a little bit of a respite from the challenges that you possibly faced in the 5 of Wands. And that could have been quite difficult, but I feel that this is a moment for you to celebrate yourself, a moment for you to really enjoy the fruits of your labor here, and just take a moment to rest. And when I say rest, I don't mean go have a nap, although that could be for somebody. What I'm sensing there is that you have pushed and struggled and moved through challenges that you do need to refill the tank and make sure that your physical body is being taken care of at this time, as well as your energetic and emotional body as well. That can be quite taxing for us when we go through challenges that seemingly never want to end. So I feel like that's going to be part of your message today. Slowing down and going with the flow for a little while, rather than kind of pushing to, there's too many here, rather than pushing to a specific goal. So we'll get opening energy for Soul Path 2. Let's look at your current energy, where you're at. Oh yeah, see? We have a 7 here with the Triumph card, which is the Cancer card, and the Chariot card in the traditional tarot. This is about successful triumph and victory, as well as knowing where you're going, knowing how to stay on the road, stay on track. We do have the Disruption card on the bottom of the deck, which is the Tower card. So again, I'm feeling those shifts and significant changes and challenges that you've gone through to see this victory. And when we add the 6 and the 1, that does add up to 7. So this is a moment to step back, to not push forward or persevere. This is a moment to kind of be in the enjoyment of the fact that this challenge is now over. And that's not to say another challenge won't take its place, but I feel just be excited that for now, things are settled somewhat, or are heading in that direction. So theme of the reading, Spirit. Theme of the reading. You have the 4 of Swords, and it was in the sideways position, so I'm going to keep it that way because I feel it is relevant. And again, this 4 of Swords energy is finding respite, finding a moment to take a breath, to not persevere or push through, but to pause and to reflect and to spend time with the people you enjoy, spend time with yourself, and just be for a moment is the biggest energy there. Now again, this can be, I'm getting the sense that somebody in the collective here may have just gone through some surgery or some health battles, that they are now seeing the light on the other side of that. So all the more reason to take some time to fully recover from that and not jump into the excitement of this new energy that I feel is going to be incoming for you. So what does Soul Path 2 need to know regarding this, please? Knight of Pentacles, yes, my friends. It is in the reverse, so this is a complete stoppage. This is putting on the brakes. Doesn't mean that the road's going to disappear. We just need to pull off to the side for a minute to get our bearings, to refuel our tank, to spend a moment and look around and enjoy the scenery. Now, with the Eight of Swords in the upright, this could be you feeling like you're in a bit of a cage. You're kind of stuck in place, and you're not. I feel like you have a hard time sitting still, and this might create some stresses and anxieties of having to stop, of having to slow down. So I would encourage you to, because it feels like a little bit of a trigger and it feels like the worst thing in the world, to stop, to find stillness, to slow down. If you're resonating with that, then I feel that this is a time to really understand why. Because I feel there's an underlying reason. What bubbles up when you stop or you slow down? Because I feel you've almost burned the candle at both ends, or you've just gone through a tumultuous time and you need that moment to take a break. Now, it will be a choice, or maybe you will have to make some really tough choices up and coming in order to find space for that. Like, there is a zone of neutrality is the thing that's coming to me, especially when it comes to making decisions. So in this neutral zone, it gives you that perspective, that stepping back and figuring out where you want to go next. The King of Cups in reverse is at the bottom of the deck. So this could definitely be a very emotional time as well, especially when we're talking about anxieties, stresses, triggers, or things that make you feel stuck or trapped, and making decisions to help us out of that situation. I feel like this isn't going to be something that is going to be a logical decision or something that you can find and calculate and analyze logically. I feel you have to use more of your heart and your intuition to make this choice, which is maybe why it's difficult, because there is no tangible thing that you can root yourself to say this is the right decision, or this is why I need to make this decision. I almost feel like this is a feeling that's coming through, and it is a little bit emotionally dysregulating. So all the more reason to not make decisions from a space of stress, anxiety, or emotional dysregulation, because we won't be able to make a clear choice when our channels are blocked. So I feel like that is why this might not be a time to move forward or continue to move forward, because you've already seen some kind of victory or success here. So it's time to step back and analyze with this Eight of Swords. Why do you feel stuck? Why do you feel trapped? That could be circumstantial as well. Maybe why the Knight of Pentacles is in the reverse is that you can't make a decision right now. So I feel rest again is stopping and just being for a moment is going to be really important. Eight of Pentacles, we do have another 8 here. We do have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the King of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm really feeling like it's not time to master something or perfect something. Well, so first of all, I think part of this is that you're moving through a little bit of bad luck, a little bit of a challenging moment that you can't necessarily change or influence. So you have to come back to those little steps that you're taking in the day-to-day. And again, there's a pausing feeling, a pause in action, a pause in movement, a pause in practice. With the King of Pentacles in reverse, This might make you feel quite insecure. Again, I'm getting this feeling of somebody has been dealing with something in the physical world that has been quite frustrating and has made them feel stuck or trapped, not able to move forward. And this could have come in the form of a loss of a job or just a loss of security and not feeling very secure in their bodies, secure in their home life or their environment. But as they say, this too shall pass, and I feel like this is just a season that you have to surrender to. The Eight of Pentacles, there is something to learn here, but this isn't something that we need to physically go out and master and pursue at this time. I feel like this is an inside job is what I'm hearing. Don't worry about perfection. Don't worry about not achieving. So just enjoy being for right now. Enjoy the moment of observation, even though some of the observations might give you a little bit of discomfort. I feel like there's a reason for this moment, and I feel it has everything to do with your physical well-being as well as your mental well-being. So take a moment to revitalize and rejuvenate yourself. And this is what I have for you, Soul Path 2. I hope this resonated and was helpful to you. With gratitude, I'm sending you my love. Stay curious, and I'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Soul Path 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose this number 7 card with the underwater scene with the coral and the octopus, jellyfish with the serpentine stone. And this is the Seven of Cups in the traditional tarot. Seven of Cups is taking that step back or having a little bit of a setback so you can see some kind of bigger picture here, or to remove things that are no longer working in your life so that you can really understand how to move towards your goals a little more efficiently, how to understand yourself a little bit more deeply. The Seven of Cups is kind of analyzing your dreams at this time. I feel like you are moving through possibly an emotional, I don't want to say upheaval, but emotional assessment period where you are really trying to understand your feelings and why, as well as connecting in with your sensitivities, connecting in with how you truly feel, and really understanding that on an individual and very deep level than you've done before. I feel like this is a deep dive possibly into your subconscious, possibly into old hurts or old wounds that have been left unhealed or unresolved. And I feel like you're going to find some beauty here. You're going to find some really difficult moments, but also you're going to find some lovely things as well. And I feel it will help you maybe even uncover a dream that was once lost in the shuffle of life. Now, before we get into your reading, I do want to pull an oracle card to get your current energy. For Soul Path 3, please. Soul Path 3 and their current energy. Okay, material harvest. So that's a very positive thing. We do have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck with destiny. So maybe you're trying to discover your purpose and discover where you feel like you will be most valued, or what's most fulfilling for you, what's going to be abundant for you on a multitude of levels, not just financial, not just physical or mental, but also emotional as well. You could be in a moment where you're not feeling so fulfilled in what you're doing, but it's got, the job or the business, you work with good people, you make good money, but it's just lacking something. So I feel like you're exploring that, and in that process, you are going to discover your purpose, or where you're truly meant to be, where your heart desires to be. And this will bring you harvest in the material world as well, but also a sense of self-worth, a sense of purpose, and you're exchanging that purpose, you're exchanging those skill sets, you're exchanging maybe that empathy or that sensitivity for something in the material world. This could even be larger circle of friends, a larger network of people as well, I'm getting from that. Maybe even a more secure home, more stable finances. So for Soul Path 3, what is the theme of this reading, please? But I do feel like you might be somebody who is feeling really good in themselves and in their environment, but are looking to find something more fulfilling, as I mentioned, the world. So I feel like this is going to move you to a new place. That could be in the physical environment where you're physically moving to somewhere new. You're kind of coming to the close of some kind of cycle here. So this feels like a natural ending, whatever it is. And I don't feel that it is a bad thing, but I feel because you maybe have reached your peak somewhere, that now you're trying to feel challenged again, find purpose. And so you're kind of wrapping things up. You're analyzing, you're assessing. For Soul Path 3, what would you like to share with them about this message, please? 7 of Pentacles in the upright and the 8 of Cups in reverse. So again, we've got this analysis here with the number 7. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. This actually came out in Soul Path 1. Very different kind of energy though. And this means to me that you have assessed something and understood that something is no longer working for you, even though it might be a really good job, or even though you might enjoy the people that you work with. Again, you've assessed that what you're doing, maybe in your career, I'm getting a lot of career vibes, but please apply this to whichever area of life suits. You've done some analysis and realized that something's missing, and I need to go on a little bit of a quest to figure out what that missing puzzle piece is. The 8 of Cups in reverse, I feel that you're a really loyal employer, an employee. So you feel like if you did this, that it would be you abandoning people, you abandoning something that you've built, or something that you have invested your emotional energy in. And that doesn't feel good to you. But I feel like staying where you are is also not going to feel good for you. So it's almost at this breaking point where it's necessary. Moving on is necessary. And also there is a little bit of an emotional stagnation that's happening here. So I feel because this emotional stagnation is happening, you're analyzing things on a bit of a deeper level. Yeah, because ultimately you want to get to the 10 of Cups. I feel like the 9, you know what you value now. You're starting to understand what you value. And so now you're aligning yourself to that. And what's really important to you, I feel, are those emotional connections, those experiences that you have with people in your life that you care for. And yeah, this could mean a loss of a business or a loss of a job because something in that is not aligned, or is making you not feel as comforted or secure as it once did. So this feels like a time of moving on, but I feel it's not because it is in haste. I feel like this has almost come to its natural end and you've reached some kind of peak here. So guidance and advice for Soul Path 3. There's your 10 of Cups again. Yep. So go to where you feel most fulfilled. Go to where you feel most appreciated, most loved. And yeah, there's a little lack of faith in your confidence and your ability to lead yourself through this. So there could be a moment in time, we've got the 4 of Swords in the upright and the Strength in reverse. There could be a moment where you have to take a little bit of a step back and before you move ahead. We've got the 7 of Wands at the bottom of the deck here. And that, to me, is giving up the fight on something because, again, you're fighting for something that you no longer see value in. You're fighting for something that maybe you no longer believe in. But you're also a little fearful of, do I have what it takes? Do I have the skill set? Do I have the leadership? Do I have the courage and bravery to make some choices that are really difficult and may not make sense to people? So taking your time to move through this And for some reason in Soul Path 2, we also got this card as the theme card, so you might want to check that out. But I am getting a little bit of somebody's going through surgery, or somebody's going through a little bit of a health issue, which has really drained their energy on a physical level and has really sapped their strength. So this could be a time to step back and analyze things and put a close to things that maybe have contributed to that, whether it's stress or whether it is just how you're doing something. And that could be the thing that's coming to a close, and recovery is going to be necessary. So find that the things that feel fulfilling, find the things that feel good, the people that feel good, and don't be afraid to just be for a time before you move on to your next chapter. So this is what I have for you, Soul Path 3. I hope that it resonated and was helpful for you. With gratitude, I'm sending you my love. Stay curious, and I'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Soul Path 4. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Rose Quartz Crystal. And you have chosen this little squirrel guy with a dandelion in the field. And this is the Page of Wands energy. So this is fresh, new, inspired ideas that you're taking action on, or maybe a fresh new path. You want to have an adventure. You're curious about something new, so you want to explore something. Could be a relationship, could be a new career, could be a new health or exercise routine, but there is something that you're curious about that you are following here. And so I feel like, or that just could be your energy, that you are an adventurous person. You like to not stay in one place for too long. You like to learn new things. You like to take action. Maybe you like to actually physically move, so dance or any kind of physical movement. Before we get into the tarot, I do want to grab an opening oracle card for Soul Path 4, current energy. All right, so this is all, I feel like this might be all about your destiny here. This is the Wheel of Fortune in the traditional tarot. And I feel like you might be following a new path or a new purpose. There's something that maybe you have recently put to an end because you have understood something. And I feel like you're being intuitively guided. This is the High Priestess, so it's not a path that you would have expected. It's not a path that you really understand quite fully, but you just know that you're excited about it and you're excited to explore it. And I feel like the path will be revealed as you walk it. But following that intuition is going to be important for this next leg of the journey, or this new thing that you are considering. And also not going too fast. I also feel like the tides have turned now, if you are moving or have moved through a bit of a challenging moment in life, that things are turning upright. With this Justice card, though, it is in the reverse, so this is the theme card for the reading today. And I feel like things haven't quite righted themselves yet. Maybe you have felt a sense of unfairness, but I feel you're using that unfairness, or that maybe that instability or that imbalance, as a trigger to balance the scales. Maybe you're understanding that this is a redirection. Maybe you are kind of seeing that and looking at that as an opportunity to move in a new direction. So I don't feel like this is getting you down. I feel like you are persevering in spite of this, to try to move towards what's a little more truthful. And that might be what this journey is about for you, is that there's an encouragement to move towards your truth a little bit more. And your truth is going to be highly connected to your intuition, that inner knowing. So Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This is huge pausing energy. We've got the Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay, and we have the King of Pentacles. It was in the sideways position on top of the Ace of Wands. So that tells me that there is some kind of financial investment that you will need to make in this new chapter, in this next move. Now, financial investment, but this could also be a physical investment of your time or your energy, long-term commitment as well. So this isn't something that you can start and stop. I feel like in order for you to see some form of success, you will have to invest your energy, your time, possibly your money. I'm not sure it's quite the right time though, because the Knight of Pentacles is in reverse, which is a stop. Not even moving forward. This is a stopping to look around. This is a maybe even a step back, so that you can go back to the crossroads is what I'm seeing. It's like you've gone down a certain pathway and that's not quite working out, so you need to backtrack and figure out why you chose that way versus that way, or what's more suited or aligned in the now. So almost getting a little bit of a U-turn energy, and you choosing a different route, a different road, choosing something new to explore that you may have not thought to explore before. But in order to do that, you have to completely stop on the path that you're currently on, or to take pause to reflect on that and what that looks like for you, how to take the next right action, how to maybe restore the fire or the inspiration or the motivation that has been lost in a little bit of a process, in a little bit of analysis here. Because I'm not sure you're feeling quite comfortable at the moment. I feel that's more energetic than anything though. And I almost wonder if something drained your energy, something external. So, guidance or advice. I saw her earlier, Queen of Swords. This is, stopping to look around, stopping to understand a truth, stopping to really observe and to learn and to take everything in from all sides. This isn't just understanding one way and then taking that route. Again, I'm getting a little bit of a 360 picture here, getting above the clouds and seeing things from a higher perspective, taking a step back to get that perspective. It seems to be an underlying theme across some of these readings today, is that there's a lot of analysis going on in the collective. There's a lot of stepping back to move forward in a different way. One more, guidance and advice for Soul Path. I almost wonder if discomfort is going to be part of this new path, and that doesn't mean that it's not the path for you. It just means you have to be ready for it energetically. You have to be physically and mentally ready for that. Seven of Cups in the reverse. Seven of Cups was one of the soul paths, so I believe it's Soul Path 3, so you might want to check that out. And it was in the reverse here, so I feel like you have come to some sort of reality of the situation, or you will come to some kind of truth about something, because you have maybe done some thinking about how you feel versus kind of what you earn or what you have, the stuff, the physical stuff that you have. Again, a little bit of that came out, I believe, in Soul Path 3, and they also got the King of Pentacles, but it was in the reverse. So yours is on its side, which means it could go either way. It hasn't quite committed itself, so until you feel ready to commit to something very strongly, then I feel that you still need to be in this analytics, analyzing your dreams, understanding your feelings, understanding where you're coming from as well, because that's going to help. And the Seven of Wands is a perseverance energy of really standing up and moving towards the things that you want, regardless of the opposition. And that opposition could be coming from within you as well. So again, this little penguin is getting a higher view on things and not uncomfortable with the darkness that he finds himself in. And he's also kind of going with the flow a little bit in this rendition. So I almost wonder if that's part of the feeling here as well, is just going with the flow rather than trying to force an outcome, force a result, force a decision, but to just stand in observance and learning at this time. Interesting. We've got, I was asked to look at the bottom of the deck here. The Ace of Swords is in the reverse. And it's also a glacier. So again, that going with the flow and having a little bit of a clouded judgment at this time, not being able to see how to move forward. But waiting for that clarity and confirmation to come in before you make decisions. But in the meantime, trying to come to terms with and understanding some kind of truth or learning something new is going to be really helpful at this time, and a good way to pass the time is what I'm hearing as well. So this is what I have for you, Soul Path 4. I hope that resonated and was helpful to you. Gratitude. I'm sending you my love. Stay curious, and I'll see you in your next reading.